Connor Rogers here at the NFL Combine alongside one of the top linebackers in Barrett Carter. Barrett, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed to be here.
Listen, Coach Dabo said it best, right? You're one of the best pure football players he's ever had. After such a great career at Clemson, what's the thing you're most proud of leaving that program?
I would just say the way I impacted guys. That's not even talking about what I did on the field. All that stuff speaks for itself. But I truly felt like I left a lasting impact on those guys. Just how I treated them, just the bonds that I built, all the relationships that I have, truly relationships that will carry me the rest of my life. So, like I said, the football is going to speak for itself, but the impact and the relationship that I have with the guys, I feel like that's going to speak more.
Is that something you felt early when you got to that program? Because they've had so much success there. It's like, hey, you're the linebacker in the middle of this defense that has a lot of pride. There's more on your shoulders now.
I mean, it comes with the territory.
Right.
I embrace that. That's why I wanted to come to Clemson, just to, cement that legacy and just build those relationships with those guys. So, I knew what I was getting myself into, and that's why I committed to play at Clemson.
I know you spent a lot of time giving back, reading to elementary schools, giving back to the community. What have those experiences done for you?
It's shaped me to the man that I am today. I remember I was that little kid in their shoes and just looking at the older guys, the older football players come in and just give their time back, give their knowledge and wisdom back. And with the platform that I have now, I felt like I had no choice but to, and I love that I could give back to them in that way.
Is there something when you get to the NFL, you get settled, that you'd like to work on further, whether it's an organization, start your own organization? Is there something specific with that?
That's still in the works right now,
Yeah.
but, just off the top of my head, I would definitely just love to start a camp, back where I'm in my hometown, Suwanee, just do a camp there for little kids, high school kids, and just, make that an annual thing, do that every single year. So that's still in the works, but, we'll see.
When you meet with NFL teams here, what's the one thing when this week wraps up, they're like, man, I hope they learn that about me?
That I'm more than a football player, and when they draft me, they're not just getting a great player, they're getting a man who's going to come into their locker room and change the program, bring value to the program from the first day I step foot in the building. So just know that they're getting a guy who's deeper than football.
So you're listed as a linebacker, but we've got to see you play the slot. We've got to see you play basically all over the field. It's crazy. You're not just a linebacker. Is there an area that a role you like to play in the defense specifically?
I just love playing football.
Yeah.
So,
Put me on the field?
Put me on the field, wherever that is, blitzing, covering, just playing true linebacker. I just love being out there just making plays, so I'm comfortable anywhere.
What makes me laugh hearing that is I've seen the high school highlights playing running back.
Yeah.
You ever miss that?
I did, and then I scored a touchdown at running back this past year, my senior year. So I think
you got it out of the system?
I think
you don't need a full-time?
I think I'm complete at running back, so I think I'm just truly focused on defense.
If you could spend 1 hour training with an NFL linebacker, could be past or present, who would be that guy, and what would you want to kind of learn from them?
I would say Ray Lewis, just his approach to the game, his mentality towards the game, and just pick up a lot of his leadership qualities, the way he steps on the field and he makes everyone around him better. And I really try to implement that into my game. Just when I step on the field, it goes through me. Guys are gonna feed off my energy, my focus, and my attention to detail. So I would definitely say Ray Lewis.
We don't see a ton of star players play a lot of special teams. I feel like that's something for you that was a key part of your game as well.
Right.
Why do you think that's so important for guys to either remain on special teams or make a living in the beginning on special teams?
Yeah, I think coming in early, especially having linebackers ahead of you, playing special teams is going to get you used to the speed of the game. And I obviously knew coming in, I had great backers ahead of me, and I was special teams is going to be my way to play. So everyone takes different routes, but I knew in order for me to get the speed of the game down, special teams is going to be that coming in early. So I embraced it, and I attacked it. So any way to get on the field.
Is there a running back that you played against at the college level that now you look back at your college career and go, man, that was the best guy I saw on Saturdays?
I would say Omarion Hampton from North Carolina. Yeah, he was a dog.
What is it? Just the physicality, or is it the combination of the speed as well?
Physicality for sure, and he had a lot of speed, but just he runs behind his pads a lot. So when you tackle him, you definitely feel it. So I would say him.
I feel like you became a weapon also as a blitzer. you be able to develop that? Because people think blitzing is just, hey, I'm going to line up and get off the ball and go.
Right.
But there's timing. You obviously got to come to balance. Is that something that you were able to develop while at Clemson, the nuances of bringing pressure?
Absolutely, and it takes a lot of film study because some moves that you do against the lineman from this week, it's not going to work the next week. So you really have to study your opponent, study his weaknesses and what he struggles with, and then you have to attack those weaknesses come game day.
Did you lead the film sessions at Clemson for a lot of the defense, or was that put more on the coaches?
Both. So a lot of times we would have player-led segments, and I would be the guy to lead that. But most of the time it was our coaches when they would lead those meetings. But it was a mixture of both.
So we know you're all about football, and you've played a lot of great football so far. But what do you do away from the game for fun? We know you also give back to the community. You got to have some kind of time.
I golf.
Okay.
I think my best score is like a 99, so I'm not too good at it, but it's something that like keeps me active, keeps me competing in some sort. So definitely golf.
I feel like also it's becoming so popular with football players. Is that maybe it's just like the stress relief of it? I love golfing too, but I don't do it. I'm not good.
Yeah.
I just like going out there and playing and kind of getting away from everyone.
Right.
Is it just the stress release of it, or are you going to be one of those guys like, man, I better be going below a 70 soon?
Absolutely. And I think also just going to school in the South, like we literally at Clemson, like we have a golf course like in the middle of our campus. So it's like you kind of have to pick it up if you go to Clemson. But it's just, I think it's something just you get to stay active, stay moving around, and stay competing in some sort of way. So that's what drew me to it.
How competitive is it to get a tee time at a college golf course? I feel like it's got to be jammed.
Yeah, I mean,
a little different when you play football.
That course on campus it's a hot commodity. So I usually travel like 10, 15 minutes away to a more low-key course where I know I can get a tee time at the time that I want. So. Definitely a hot commodity for sure.
Barrett Carter, one of the best linebackers in this draft. It's been so fun watching you play at the college level, man. Best of luck with the NFL.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.